What is going on, guys? Welcome to another installment, finally, of Skate TV. It's been a minute, you know. We've already been through Christmas and everything. It's the new year, and time is getting away from me and I think probably everyone else so quickly. And one of my good mates just turned 24 yesterday, and one of my good Sheila friends turned 20. Did I say 28 or 24? Turned 24 yesterday, and she's turning 24 today, and I'm sitting here having a bit of a midlife crisis with everything. But with that all to the side, let's get into catching up on where we left off with the last episode. So I actually had to rewatch the episode myself to find out where we left off because it's been so long. Let's just get my hat in there for promotional reasons. Escape. So we've left off with talking about raising money for these pop-ups that I was going into during the Christmas period. It's a Saturday night tonight, and I have a super exciting life, so I'm sitting at home making a YouTube video. Yo! So we're raising the money. I'm going to update you today on how that went, and I'll hopefully try and, I don't know, make some cool images appear like here. I don't know if that even worked. We'll see how good my editing skills are after this. I think I'm probably going to be a little bit rusty, as you can imagine, after not doing something for a couple of months at least. I was actually trying to figure out how to use my dad's camera. It's just here next to me, so yeah, trying to figure out how to use this bad boy so I can kind of make better quality videos so you don't have to look at a blurry head talking, but I still haven't figured it out yet. And that was also another reason I was procrastinating. So I've got my reasons. As far as it all went, I'll try and put the figures up as I said here. I think we managed to do quite a bit in terms of raising the money that we needed. We didn't quite get the full amount that I was chasing, which is also why it took so long to make this new video. I think, yeah, we were looking for $1,500 to raise, and I was able to get to about, I think it's $1,100 or whatever I've put up on the screen just before, and I ended up running a pop-up shop. This is what the money was all coming in for. It was a pop-up shop down at Lakeside Joondalup called the Market Hub. Now, the Market Hub is run by a young entrepreneurial girl. Don't know, her name's Yaz. She's pretty cool. It was really good to get all that exposure. We didn't quite generate enough revenue to cover the cost of the pop-up, which was a little disappointing, but you know, that happened, and it's still, I'm thin in the shop for the 2 months, and that's just free exposure for the brand and myself. North of River, most of the stickers disappeared, and a lot of business cards disappeared as well. So hopefully those people are keeping an eye on what's going on. Some of them might even be watching this video. If so, howdy. So yeah, we went through and did that just to give you some updates as well, now that I've kind of touched on how much we were able to raise and everything. We went and did actually a few market stalls in around Perth, in different suburbs as well, to see if we could get a bit more exposure without paying, you know, a Facebook ad or anything. Obviously we had to go in and pay to be there at the pop-up, and I did actually write a whole blog on it, but I haven't done a video form of it, so I'm going to run through it today in this video as well, and just try and give you a bit more insight into how that all works. So pretty much how it all works is, here I am sitting on the laptop or on my phone, and I would send a direct message or an email inquiry to some sort of pop-up event that I thought Escape would be a good fit for. The first one we were able to get into was one called the Groundswell Skate and Surf Festival. So that's pretty, it was actually bigger than I thought it was. It was full of, you know, I think we ended up with 2,000 to 3,000 people coming through, maybe more, if I'm correct. And I set up and had no idea what I was doing. Didn't even know I had to have market insurance. I needed some sort of racking for the clothing. I needed a whole marquee to be underneath. Needed a trestle table, weight to the marquee not to blow over, and take out someone's house because we're on Scarborough Beach. There was a lot to go into, but worked through it all. Read a couple of blogs on Shopify. They have a whole thing outlining how to run a pop-up smoothly without your marquee blowing to someone's house and killing someone. So that was super handy, and it went really well. We were able to sell about, I think the first pop-up we did in Scarborough, we were able to do about $600 in sales. Then we were fortunate enough to go to one in Whitfords, more specifically the Whitfords nodes, and that was really good. I think we did $550 in sales. And then we went to Vic Park, which is a little bit further in east, but we were still able to do about $350 for the day. And all of those amounts that we were able to generate in revenue were enough to cover the cost for the day. So from all these pop-ups, we were pretty much able to generate enough cash to kind of pay all these expenses we had while we were at the market hub. And obviously we still had our ongoing sales at the Fremantle store in Common Ground Collective, and that was really good over the Christmas period. We ran a few sales here and there, so that was awesome. The site traffic seemed to pick up a bit based on what I was seeing on my Google Analytics dashboard, and I also had a good meeting with a guy from a place called 3AM Marketing. His name's Oliver, really cool dude, full of wisdom and knowledge when it comes to e-commerce. The whole SEO thing, making sure you're going to rank up first on Google. And I was able to get a whole list of things that I needed to look at and fix to try and get Escape at least towards the top. So we've begun implementing those things, and excuse me, wow, those hot dogs. Pretty much we were able to see them all come up onto the it's something called Google Search Console, which, goodness me, I'm so sorry, they keep repeating on me. Piglet. So things that we were actually able to sell, we got rid of, a few lots of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I tried to set them all out in like a kind of package deal to make sure they'd be attractive. Package deal, escape. We got rid of a PS3 and the games. We got rid of an Xbox 360 and the games. We got rid of Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS. What else? We got rid of the cards, a couple of albums like Digimon, a set of Pokemon cards, not all the ones in that big book that I showed you. Haven't even touched the Star Wars figures. We didn't even need to move those. I got rid of, I didn't get to record them in the first video, but the Australia Post had these Mickey Mouse figures for the 90th anniversary. So it was like a collaboration between Ozpost and Disney. I was fortunate enough to pick up one of each of those in the 5. So there's a 5 in the set. My local post office guy and myself have built a pretty good relationship because I'm in there now sending all my, I do all my deliveries through Ozpost. And he was able to sort me a few Mickeys, Minnie, not Daphne, Daisy, Duck, Donald, and Steamboat Willie, who's the OG from Disney. And I put some of them up and was able to get them both for $30 each, and we ended up selling both of them for about a combined total of $180. Was it 200? I think it was 180, after the shipping, so 200 gross, but 180 altogether. And that brought in profit of, 30 each, 30, 60, 180, $120, which gave us a little bit more of an edge on that 1100 mark that we reached on the eBay front. And then the proceeds from the Nintendos, the PS3, the Xbox, that got us right up there near 1500. So we did manage to make it in the end. It took us a bit longer than I thought it would, but it has definitely got us through the whole Christmas period really well, and was able to pretty much cover the pop-up. There's a lot of work that goes into the new stuff that's coming out. We're working on some shirts. Did drop some shorts 2 weeks ago, just before Christmas. 2019 New Year's resolution, if there is one. We're going to try and get into more retailers, kind of like the podcast that I touched on, a few weeks back. We were talking about the retailers and everything, and we were talking about where we wanted to be and how I was DMing these people on LinkedIn and the buyers on General Pants, from General Pants on LinkedIn from Universal Store. So if one of you guys that watches this is actually a buyer or works at General Pants or Universal store. Wouldn't mind, would love if you could kind of put in a good word for us. We're definitely looking to expand, and I think the vibe that we're going to start bringing out is definitely one that's going to fit those kind of stores, and the whole niche in the market of the people that come through those stores as well. I think would be a really good fit. The new stuff is going to be quite streetwear-y. I don't know, is that a word? Streetwear-y? Like, I don't even know how you can define streetwear just yet. It's kind of mind-boggling. There's all sorts of different brands out there, and you know, some of them are streetwear and some of them are streetwear. Well, yeah, so we're trying to come out on that front. The new stuff I'm bringing out, you know, we're going from smalls now all the way through to a 2XL. So ladies, I know you've been wanting, some ladies have been wanting a few shirts and stuff, and finally I have listened to you, and they're going to be size small, so they could still be a bit big, but they're going to be able to fit a majority of you, so I'll finally be able to have something that's going to cater for you. If you want to hear more about the if you want to hear more about the Escape story and how we're progressing going forward, make sure you tune in. You can follow everything on Instagram and all the social media. That's all down in the description below. I'll throw a few links and stuff up here so you can see what our username and handle is. If you're interested in following, would love for you to kind of jump on board and just keep an eye on what's going on. And yeah, we're pretty chilled here. We're pretty chilled. We're pretty laid back. But yeah, looking forward to a really big year. Looking forward to a whole bunch of new challenges. I mean, the amount of stuff we went through last year, the new people we met, the challenges we had to try and overcome, like raising this money for the pop-ups. It was a pretty full-on year, but an enjoyable year. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope I've kind of covered off on most of the things that have been happening in the last month or so. It is a lot to take in, and as I said, it is a bit rushed, but I hope you can forgive me for that. I just wanted to really get this video out because people have been asking where's the next video coming out, and I really wanted to get this one done. So here it is for you guys. I'm going to try and work out how to use this camera over here so that the next video that I release is going to be a little bit clearer. I might even get some sort of light thing going on so that my face is even clearer, and I'll look like one of those high definition professional YouTubers, because that's kind of where I would love for this account to kind of head. But for that I need to fix up the quality of my head. Hey, yeah. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much again for tuning in to this episode of Escape TV. If you want to see or read anything, I've got a few links to other things we've been working on below. Feel free to check those out in your own time. Happy New Year to all of you. I know it's a few days in and it is a bit late, but you know, better now than never. So Happy New Year, guys. Love you all. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Escape TV. Mwah.